Right, I'm going to do a review of the telescopic sights that I've got fitted to my two Springers. Now, I know that the current trend in telescopic sights seems to be for ever more complicated and feature-packed scopes with things like really high magnification ranges up to the 20s and even beyond that in some cases. And for huge objective lenses, 60mm now seems to be quite common, and almost everyone shoots a 50 at least. Everyone's got parallax, nearly everyone's got ballistic turrets. They've all got multiple illuminated reticules with different colours, some of them, and aim points and mil dots all over the place. And those scopes probably have their place, most likely in the field of target shooting. But I'm talking about hunting scopes. Now, before anyone says anything, yes, I have got two fantastic high top spec hunting scopes. I've got a Swarovski and I've got a Leica, both very expensive scopes, but compared to some scopes that have been marketed and aimed at air gunners, they're actually fairly featureless. For instance, both of them go from 2.5 up to, I think the maximum magnification on either of them is 12. They both have just illuminated centre dots, and they both have comparatively simple reticules with just a couple of mil dot aim dashes underneath the main crosshair, and the only part that is illuminated is a little tiny spot in the centre of both scopes. The main reason I paid so much money for those two good scopes is that most of my serious hunting is done either very early in the morning or very late in the evening, when optical quality is a massive bonus. And both of those scopes are superb at light gathering and light transmission. They're excellent scopes. There's no chromatic aberration on them. Contrast is superb in all light conditions. All in all, the optical quality overrides all the other features and gimmicks that you'll get on some scopes. And some now are unbelievable. I've seen some scopes, they've got so many gizmos on them, but by the time you'd finished arranging everything that's on them to get the shot, whatever you're shooting at has gone away and probably bred about 2 or 3 litters. They're just ridiculous. And some of them are huge, massive, big scope shadows, pig's ear, rubber eye contact things, gigantic ballistic turrets, massive, huge rings for adjusting the colour of the illuminated reticules. You could have like 2 or 3 colours in some of them, blue, red, yellow, God knows what. It's ridiculous. So, my two expensive scopes are on my Steyrs, which are my serious hunting rifles. And like I say, they're only so big because they have got excellent light gathering qualities, but they haven't really got all the gimmicks and songs and bells and whistles that a lot of air gunning scopes have. The other end of the spectrum is the scopes that I've got on my Springers. Now, my Springers for me are my fun guns. These are the guns that I might take for a walk during the day when I'm not especially bothered if I shoot anything. I'll shoot targets, a bit of plinking with them, and if something presents itself, I'll have a shot. And for these, I have chose scopes that I believe match the ethos of a Springer for me anyway. Because when I was growing up, we all had Springers, everyone had a Springer. Most people used open sights in all fairness, and then scopes came along, starting off with these hideous 4x20 things that were horrible, plastic sometimes, with proper wire crosshairs that used to snap all the time, and generally they were rubbish. And then the 4x32 became the go-to scope. If you had a 4x32, that was considered a serious bit of kit. And then later on, the 4x40 became the more expensive, more lavish end of things, if you like. 1-inch tubed, no illumination, no parallax, no zooms, nothing like that. They were pretty damn straightforward really, with a simple sniper reticule. German type sniper reticule. So I decided that for these guns I was going to get something pretty similar, but I wanted good optics, because there's no, you don't want a basic scope that's got rubbish optics, because you still got to use the damn thing. So I wanted a basic scope but with good optics, and the Hawke range thankfully have scopes that fit the bill in these quick mount ones. Now these come ready fitted with mounts. The mounts are included in the package, and they're about as basic as they come. This is the 4x32, dead straightforward, nothing to it. Old style hunting turrets, nice and shallow, not sticking up about 20 feet, no ballistic bits and bobs on them, dead straightforward. Straightforward clicks left and right, and that's it. Very straightforward sniper reticule. I don't know what you'll be able to see actually, you probably won't be able to see it. No, I can't get it in focus, unfortunately. So you'll have to take my words for it. Anyway, it's a very straightforward post reticule, no mil dot dashes, no windage dashes, nothing. So that's on my Pro Sport, and on my Master Pro, my Walther, I've got something slightly more exotic. This would have been considered a really flash scope back in the day, and this is a variable zoom 3 to I think it's 9 by 40 scope. Now that, still 1-inch tube and still from the quick mount range of Hawke scopes, that would have been considered really flash. Back in the day, if you had that on a rifle, you were a bit of a show-off hunter really, someone who had the top of the range kit, and probably the best that was going. And to be honest, it's actually really good scope. The optical quality on both these scopes, considering the price, these are about 30 quid or thereabouts. These are about 50 odd quid if you shop around, so they're cheap as chips, but the optical quality on them is really, really good. They've both got the same reticule, both got the same sort of windage adjustments, and both come with the same mounts. And for the money, the optical quality on both of them is really good. They're really good. And yes, they've got no parallax, yes, they've got no illumination, but it doesn't stop me printing groups of at sort of 35-40 yards, just over a 5p with either of them. And that's not bad for me with a Springer, because I'm not a very good shot with a Springer, because I've not shot one for a long time, and I'm just getting used to the feel and the hang of shooting a Springer again. So all in all, I'm quite impressed with these two scopes. For what they are, they're brilliant. The only slight problem with them is that the crosshairs are quite thick. They have got quite a thick reticule, which makes sort of mega precise target style aiming at longer ranges quite difficult, because the reticules are quite thick and they do blot out the target to a certain extent the more you push out the range. But realistically, on a Springer, I'm never going to shoot beyond probably 40 yards with either of these, if that. So for me, it makes no difference. And in the 177, the lack of mil dots doesn't really matter, because there's not that much of a difference in aim points over, you zero at 30 yards, if you push it out to 40 yards and bring her into 20 yards, the difference isn't particularly staggering, and you can just adjust your aim point holdover easily enough on either of them really. Illumination makes no difference, because these, like I say, these aren't my serious hunting rifles, so I'm not going to be going out just as it's going dusk with these. If I want to do that sort of shooting, I'll use one of the Steyrs. But for a fun shoot, for a good walk around, And for good general purpose plinking and light hunting and whatnot, these two guns with these two scopes are great. They keep the weight down, they're light, they're simple scopes, they're old school. But the optics are really good. I'm very impressed with the optics on them, in all fairness. You know, the light gathering is really good. I mean, they're not as good as the Leica and the Swarovski, obviously. But for cheap scopes, the optical quality is really, really good. And they make great lightweight hunting scopes. You know, there is a lot of nonsense talked about these. If you just want to hunt, and you're not going out literally just as it's going dark, or just as the sun's coming up, then these two scopes here on these two rifles are more than ample. They really are. You know, you don't need, unless you're shooting field target or you're a target shooting nut, you don't need ballistic turrets, you don't need multiple coloured illumination on the whole reticule. It's all very gimmicky. And also, let's not forget that we're shooting at 40 yards. So why on earth would you need 20 times mag on an air rifle at 40 yards? I mean, a rabbit's a pretty big target anyway. You don't need that sort of magnification. That's a nonsense. Those scopes that have that sort of mag range are designed either for long range deer stalking or for target shooting. And it's just a nonsense on a hunting gun having a massive, huge bloody zoom range. And it's the same with the front optic. You don't need 60mm. It's rubbish. A well-made, well-coated set of decent lenses in a 40mm will see you in a good quality scope right down to almost pitch black. All that other stuff, it's all gimmicky. It's all designed to make you think, oh, well, it's got this, it's got, you know, ballistic turrets, massive zoom range, huge front objective lens, innumerable screw-on extras. If you're target shooting, then great, it's a different ball game altogether. But I'm talking about a hunting field here. You know, none of this applies to target shooting. It's a complete different ball game. But for hunting, you don't need any of that nonsense. You just need good quality lenses and to know your rifle. And for the price, these two scopes here, that's the 3-9x40 zoom, and that's the little 4x32. Both of these scopes are brilliant, more than adequate for the purpose, and on a Springer right at home. I mean, tell me they don't look good on those rifles. And I don't care what anyone says, aesthetics play a part in air gunning, especially on a Springer, when, you know, most Springers are really attractive guns, nice bluing, good stocks, and they're more about fun, really, a Springer. You know, they're fun guns, they're nice guns, and to me, aesthetics matter. Neither of those two rifles, I think, would look particularly good with some great big massive huge clump of a scope strapped to them. They'd ruin the lines completely. Thanks for watching. Keep your eye open for more of my reviews, and good hunting.